small place with a big heart. It's the heartland, so we pump hard, get a fists up. We gonna rage on till our day gone.
Tell them I'm from a city on a map that you couldn't point out, but I rep that place. And it's love-hate, but I grew up here, so it's home base. Where my blood at? Those memories, they all flood back. I remember cruising up the road with a blunt roll.
People that don't, or if you're just listening to ESPN radio and you're listening to something about playoff NFL football, stick with us. We're going to teach you about hockey. We talk about hockey here in Iowa and all that is going on.
Consider this your State of the Hockey Union. How's that?
That's it. So 1 hour, best radio you're going to hear on ESPN.
Yep. Or your money back.
And your money back. Just come see me sometime. And then my co-host, we're co-hosts.
Whatever, yeah. Teammates. Line mates.
There you go.
Line mates.
Derek Hender is on with me. I mean, he is not a Des Moines local, born and raised, but we've been here now.
Iowa's home.
Iowa is home. And so, Canadian boy.
Yep.
I'm obviously, I've been here now 13, 14 years in Iowa.
We talked about this. We're probably two of the most unlikely guys to get smattered together on a radio show.
Yeah.
But, we started off as podcast legends, and now here we are on the mothership ESPN. Can you believe that?
Before that, we actually started out coaching. We were coaching together. We coached our boys together.
First playing against each other.
Yeah.
Briefly playing together, and then coaching with our kids together.
I demanded a trade that year.
I knew that.
I demanded a trade.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll call you Jonathan Drouin, but we'll get to that later on.
So anyway, welcome to the Other State of Hockey. We have a great guest on later on. We always have a guest in our second period.
Yep.
We have 3 periods in overtime, part of our segments here, and just sit back, and if you're driving in your car, just listen, or if you're home, just listen. If you're listening to us on iPod or your iPad, or we also podcast the show, because again, we're legends there, so we have to. And
hit us up too. Find us
Twitter.
Yeah, Other State of Hockey.
Other State.
Yes, just Other State.
No.
Email us. We are theotherstateofhockey@gmail.com.
Or Facebook. Other State of Hockey.
Get it? Yeah, you guys know how to get a hold of us. A lot of you do already. You find us around the rink. Grab us, get your attention. Anything you want to talk about. Anything you don't agree with.
I got a lot of great reviews about last week.
Yeah.
I mean, on our Facebook page, on Twitter, and then also in person. Like, this is crazy this week. It was
insane.
They really loved the show.
It's insane.
And Maddie, and that was not because of you.
Nice try, though.
Thanks, though.
Yep.
Lousy.
So, we are here from the penthouse of Merle Hay Towers.
Yes, we are.
Powered by webcast1live.com. Getting right to the guts of stuff.
Let's
do it here. 3 stars came out. I don't spend a whole lot of time on them. First star was Anze Kopitar, whose brother did play here.
Yes.
Actually, he's Des Moines Buck. Right. With the Kings, Daniel Sedin won the 2nd star. I've never been sold on the whole Sedin brother thing.
Yeah, they're talented. They're good.
They're okay, but they're not.
They've been in the cup once, right?
Yeah.
And they lost.
Yes.
They got crushed.
Yes. And they burned cars after, apparently.
They did. Remember that.
Yeah. But,
Crazy Vancouverans.
Vancouverites, what do you call them? The big thing about them has always got me is like the big scuttles about who can play with the Bobbsey twins, or who can, or can they make sure they,
have they ever found the right fit?
Right. Maybe it's the fact that they're maybe not that great. I don't know. But, they've had a decent success. They've managed to stay together this long.
Right.
First time they were actually on separate teams was a couple of years ago at the All-Star game in Carolina.
I wonder, and I have to go back, or someone might know this, but I wonder how they got pulled. Did they got both of them in the draft?
They had Berkey traded for the 1st and 2nd overall pick, or the 2nd and 3rd overall pick, I believe, in that draft.
Berkey did this?
Berkey did it.
Red-faced Berkey. Okay.
Yeah, I bet you his top 3 buttons weren't buttoned up and his tie wasn't on. So
big moves. He's making big moves at the
big moves. Yeah. Brett Burns was the 3rd star, who kind of looks like a cast off from Duck Dynasty or Fighting Amish or something.
And really the play he's getting it for. Now, he's a dominant player. He is.
Yes.
But the play that he's getting it for is he went around for enough on a play. He went coast to coast. Everyone should be player of the week then, because everyone goes around for enough. He's a pylon.
Right, he's a pylon. Exactly.
So, but that's the play why he's getting it. It was a nice play.
Yes.
But
and he's typically a guy who's known for more of his defensive style.
Yeah, he's great. Smart hitting.
But, anyways, there's your 3 stars. Sunday marked the halfway mark for the season. We are halfway done.
Yes.
Unbelievable for the NHL season. So, of course, they came out. I know we've done this at some point or another, so I'll just kind of blow through this real quick. The halfway awards. And I'm going to throw in a couple of dark horses and ask you for any thoughts you might have.
Okay.
Hart Trophy, which is the MVP, of course.
Right.
Kane right now is on a pace for like 115 points. It's kind of hard to dispute him being a number 1 choice for that award.
Okay.
Jamie Benn and Script.
That's
and
who I'm thinking. Jamie Benn, though, too.
Tyler Seguin. They've cooled off.
Sagan's doing good, but Ben, I still see Ben as a dominant player.
Yeah.
If you had to choose, who would you take right now? You're making a team. You have Kane or Ben. Who do you take?
That's a tough one because you look at chemistry. I've always been a fan of looking for chemistry versus just numbers.
Right.
That's why all-star teams, when you put together these all-star teams and they play like the Russians years ago,
right,
they never clicked because it was a matter of numbers versus actual chemistry.
So you're going to go with Ben?
Together. I would go with Ben.
Thank you.
To be quite honest. My dark horse in the whole Hart Trophy right now is Braden Holtby. He is probably, I wouldn't say it's the single biggest reason that Caps are in the situation they're in, but God, he's awful good right now.
Yeah, he is. He's playing real well.
Yeah. So Norris, our friend who's tweeted our boys, or given message to our boys while they're at tournaments, remember Eric Carlson?
Eric Carlson, yeah, he's a great guy.
He's not the dominating physical presence,
no,
but I tell you what, they are a lot better team when he's on the ice.
Yes.
He is, he's on a
not a big guy.
Nope, point per game, though. And a guy I was really shocked that does not like 3-on-3. He calls it a bag skate. But for a guy like that who can move and likes seeing the ice, I'm shocked that he doesn't like it. But anyways, Burns apparently is in here mix also for the so it goes back. Actually, we'll go back. Burns is a defenseman, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know where I was thinking.
I told you.
Yeah. Drew Doughty's in the mix as is usual, to be quite honest.
He is dominant.
Yeah. And consistent.
Yeah, consistent, and he's dominant and ugly as hell.
Yeah,
ugly as heck. But I don't know.
Not seeing Weber in the mix there, but you never know. I think dark horse in that might be John Klingberg from Dallas. He's a second-year player, and apparently he's leading all defensemen in offensive categories.
Wow. Yeah.
So there you go. My buddy Bill Justo will be over the moon right now. We've mentioned Dallas at least 3 times in the first 5 minutes.
He is on that. He loves when we do that.
Yep. Vezina. Holtby's got it, as far as I'm concerned. Everybody else is pretty far back. You got Luongo's in there. Peter Mrazek, I think, is not a bad second choice. Yeah. He's proved himself. He had to get past the whole Jimmy Howard thing. Selke, I'm not a fan of this award. Best defensive forward. Congratulations for doing your job award, basically.
You call it the Paul Coffey Award. That's what I
well, it'll be offensive defense.
Yeah.
Bergeron's won it 3 of the last 4 years when there's not much scuttlebutt around who could potentially win.
It's offensive,
defensive.
Yes.
Defensive forward.
Defensive forward. I got you. Then you're right. Yeah, it won't be
Sean Couturier, actually, I think might be a nice dark horse to throw in there.
That second line for the Flyers is killing it right now.
Yeah.
And he's...
Because what do we preach our kids? Whose job is D?
Everybody.
Don't just drift back through the neutral zone hoping your D is going to just... 2 Ds are going to take on 3 forwards, right? Calder. Now, there's some BS around this one. I'm going to call it right out. If you look at numbers, Artemi Panarin, I hope I got his name right, from Chicago, is right now a first-year player in the league, and he's under age of 26, which is the other category for or criteria for Rookie of the Year. He's 24 years old. He's played in the KHL since he was 17. He's been playing at a professional level for 7 years, and we're calling him a Rookie of the Year. I don't buy that one. I'm throwing him out.
That's a good point. Hey, get the NHL on the line.
Yep.
Matty.
Get Mr. Bettman. I got to
please.
Yeah. Call him Mr. He likes being buttered up that way.
Tom Berkey told me us to call.
He's the one that gave me a number.
Yeah, he gave us a number.
Rookies I'm looking at, Dylan Larkin from Detroit, plus 22. Kid's unbelievable. He's leading his team in a very strong team. Well, a consistently strong team, I should say. Max Domi, big hat trick on Tuesday night.
That was nice.
He broke a streak, but the kid's he's not his dad. I'll say that much. Jack Eichel's still in there.
Yeah, I like. That's my pick right there.
So he's kind of lost in the pack right now. But.
And I like when they pick a rookie who's not on the best team.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you could be, if every best player from the other team is playing against your Chicago first line, then you should be able to do something.
Yeah,
you know?
Absolutely.
And in Buffalo, everyone's playing against him.
Yeah.
They're the one he's trying to stop. So that's my pick.
Yep. So
does it go by numbers? I'm sorry to interrupt you again.
No,
does it go by numbers for that?
No, it does not. It's a poll thing, basically, from the way I understand it. But we haven't asked our expert here in the second period.
Okay.
He has any input on that.
Okay.
Frame you up there, bud. Jack Adams Award, best coach. I think Trotz has probably done more to right the ship in Washington. Now, of course, the proof's going to be in the pudding. How they do in the playoffs?
Yes.
He seems to have got his captain playing right. Ovechkin's playing very well. I know I was watching NHL, Hockey Night in Canada the other night, and they were talking about how they've made adjustments in this game, getting him lower down in the circle, because he loves that far left circle, getting him lower, so he has more angle for the goalie come across, and he is able to get that shot away quicker.
500 on
that's
that.
How he got number 500. You're stealing my thunder here.
Sorry. I liked how the whole team came out and celebrated with him. Did you see that?
Yep.
I asked some of the guys at Ottawa. They said they didn't mind.
Yeah,
I was like,
it's a milestone. I mean, honestly, 500 goals. That's a special player.
If they were in my house and it happened, though, I wouldn't want the whole team coming out celebrating. if I was in Ottawa, anybody did that?
Yeah,
delay a game or something, please.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Babcock, I think, is a strong category player for this here. He turned around a team that's well established as being less than mediocre, without a whole lot of personnel changes, and now has them playing 500. And they've been slowly climbing up there. Their winning percentage is climbing up. Their numbers are looking better. They're playing better as a team. So I didn't think it was ever going to happen, but whatever it is. Quenneville's in there. Once again, we go back to the Scotty Bowman analogy here.
Yes.
The teams that he coaches, I think the coach of the year should not necessarily mean that you're on an awesome team. You could throw you or me on. Well, okay, I'm oversimplifying. But with the team that he has there, he could. It's easier to win when you have that kind of horses in your stable.
Right, but then you look at Pittsburgh and their coach firing because he had superstars. But if you don't
get them going,
if you couldn't get them going, you can't get your stars going. Mm-hmm. They must be good at getting their stars going.
Yep. Well, you know what they say about coaches? They're hired to be fired.
That's right. They're all the blame.
So having a little bit of fun with this, kind of threw in a couple of awards. I think, we talked about naming our own 3 stars, and I think we'll have a little bit of fun with this. So I came up with a couple of awards. Now follow me on the names here. So Green Jacket Award.
Yes.
Of course, the Masters guy gets the with the lowest score.
Right.
Gets the Green Jacket. So the Green Jacket Award, worst plus minus. Bo Horvath from Vancouver is minus 20 right now at this point in the season.
Hey.
For a team that's supposedly a playoff team. Minus 20. Okay.
And again, just so people know, if you're on a shorthanded,
shorthanded is a plus.
But that means you don't. But if you get scored on when you're shorthanded, that doesn't go.
No, yeah, power play goals don't count.
No, because a lot of people thought that before, and they said, well, if he has to play that position, but it's not that.
The Doug Wickenheiser Award, I'll call this, basically for the best washout. I think Mr. Drouin's got a strong case for this, the way he's going right now, letting his agent and his head getting in his way. Mm-hmm. Hoping he gets it screwed on right. Knuckles Nyland Award, tough guy. Derek Dorsett from Vancouver.
Yep.
110 penalty minutes so far this year.
Tough. Again, not the biggest guy, but he's a
I'm kind of disappointed, actually, at the state of the league that 110 points at halfway through the season is your leader.
Yeah, right.
It's a sign that, there's no more enforcers anymore. The Goldberg Award. This would be goaltenders. For most losses, Kari Ramo from Calgary. 14 losses.
Yeah, they look so promising.
Yeah, he's got 15 wins.
But so promising.
Yeah.
Not no more.
Magnus Hellberg, guy I have a bit of a connection to.
Oh, yes.
He is now with the Rangers. He used to be with the Nashville Predators.
Okay.
He was here when and got hurt, and that's when I got a call to play for Milwaukee.
That's right.
Thanks, Mags.
Yeah. Thanks for getting
He's got a goals against right now of 6. Of course, he's only played 1 game. So, the Billy Martin Award. We're looking at coaches that are most likely to be fired next. Any thoughts on this one? I got a couple of thoughts, and I think Tortorella actually is not on my radar for this.
No, they're going to keep him. No, Tortorella's going to stay, at least for the season.
I got 2 in mind. Boudreaux for the underperforming team in Anaheim. I've got Paul Maurice.
That's 2 good ones.
In Winnipeg. He's not been an impact there. They've just been enigmas wrapped up in riddles, soaked in question marks.
Yeah.
So
Rangers coach, I hope he's good.
No, Rangers are okay. I think right now they're struggling. They've had their struggles, but I think they're okay right now. The Rachel Phelps Award. I had to reach for this name.
Yeah, you did.
One of my favorite movies of all time, Major League. Rachel Phelps was the owner who tried to tank the season.
Right.
So basically, this is the award for the worst executive in hockey. And we got Maddie's flashed me 2. Okay, 2. 2. So it looks like we had 2 minutes till break. So that's fair enough. John Davison, I think by a long shot in Columbus. He's made some bonehead decisions.
Yeah.
He washed out of his time in St. Louis, probably proving himself he's not a NHL caliber executive.
Yeah, Columbus, that's just a horrible story.
Yeah. Of course, he's going to go as Tortorella goes. But we'll see how that all washes.
Yeah, if Tortorella does, that's his end of his season too. They're both going to be gone.
The Roy Hobbs Award or the Jared Hall Award is going to be for the top. I would think the top performing old guy.
Okay,
No question who that is. Number 68.
Yes, that's got to be.
Got to be.
And Luongo. How old is he? He's got to be in
37, 38, somewhere around there, I think.
Man, they both should be playing men's league right now.
Yeah,
they're killing it.
Exactly.
On a long streak.
So what I did, and I know I might stretch this a little tiny bit there, Matty. So give me a patience here. So looking at our sponsors, and we talk about great hockey people they are, trying to incorporate these guys into. If we were to we're coming up with awards for these. Yeah. So just having a little bit of fun with this. Atomic Cloud Vapors. We're giving them the the player who kicks the best habit or kicks the worst habit.
And can I hold the spot for Mike?
Yes, you can.
So Mike Richards. Down.
Yes.
Okay, I think that's who's going to. I think he's going to turn us all wrong.
Yeah, we'll talk about him when we get back, probably in the third period. The Jen Stanbro Realty Award. Most benefited from a relocation.
Ooh, that's a good one. Move. That's a good one.
So you look at a guy like LeCavalier, who all of a sudden gets a new chance with a new team. Is this enough to revitalize him and give him some spark and perform? Flat Tire, best retreaded player. And by that, I mean guys that are journeymen who've booted around. I think a guy like Thomas Fleischman, I know he's had a bit of a schneid right now. But out of nowhere, sign him cheap, and he produces.
And really, that award really comes out in the playoffs because it's always a third-line guy in the playoffs that takes you far.
You can't have enough depth in the playoffs.
Toby Peterson did that 1 year.
It's character guys that are retreads that are come out of nowhere. Fuzzy Taco's best value free agent.
Ooh.
Or maybe even just best valued player.
Wow, best valued player.
Yep. Okay. Felix and Oscars, since they've been around forever and a half, we're giving them the best veteran award. So that could go back to the Roy Hobbs Award type thing, best 35 plus. And Leaf Guard, I had to stretch on this one since they're the guys doing fourth line clothing line.
Yes.
Fourth line hockey. They're going to be Mr. Reliable. Who's the fourth line guys that you really count as the unsung heroes?
Right. You don't put them out there thinking, I hope they don't, but you just know that.
Right. You know they're going to get their job done. They're not going to score you 50 goals, but they're going to.
So we want to come back to these then, right?
We're going to come back to these periodically. So
and fans can put them in Twitters and all that.
Send us your suggestions for those. Love to hear them. Yeah, don't twit them. No. We're getting ready to come up on our hard break here, which we stretched a little bit. Thanks to our sponsors for their patience. We'll be back with our special guest after this break. You're listening to The Other State of Hockey, 1350 ESPN.
Yes.
Go where the action is. Your Des Moines Buccaneers, the continuous home of hockey in the Metro for over 36 years, are back. Come catch the hard-hitting action as the next NHL stars take the ice at Buccaneer Arena. For a complete schedule of dates and promotions, visit buckshockey.com. Come for the entertainment, stay for the game.
Hi, Joe Smith here from Leaf Guard Exteriors. We suggest you stay off your ladder and let us take care of your gutters. We'd love to come out and show you why Leaf Guard's patented seamless one-piece design is the best on the market. The only one with the good housekeeping seal, and Leaf Guard is guaranteed never to clog or will clean your gutters for free. Call us today and get 50% off installation labor on a new Leaf Guard brand gutter system. 599-1675. That's 599-1675.
Hey kids, why do you like going to the Iowa Wild games?
Crash, the t-shirt tie. I like Chuckapop. Crash always gives me a high five. It's fun catching t-shirts from the cannon. The goal horn when we score.
There's something for everyone with Iowa Wild Hockey at Wells Fargo Arena. Check out iowawild.com for the full season schedule, including a full list of giveaway nights and promotions for the family. Iowa Wild, hockey lives here.
I'm sitting here with Jeremy from Atomic Cloud Vaporium. I tried to quit smoking so many times. Patches, pills, nothing worked. Until I went to the Stop Smoking Center. And man, it has changed everything.
Here at Atomic Cloud Vaporium, we offer a solution using vaping as a replacement therapy. We have over 150 premium juice flavors and offer a wide variety of hardware. If you're serious about quitting smoking, come visit us at 3823 Douglas Avenue in Des Moines or at 328 Grand Avenue in West Des Moines. Atomic Cloud Vaporium.
This is Jordan from Flat Tire Center. There sure are a lot of places to buy tires. You can go to a warehouse club or the mega We Sell Everything superstore, or you can go to one of those anonymous websites. The same guy who sold you soap yesterday magically becomes a tire professional today, or the online tire advisors at a call center in who knows what country. We have been living, working, and driving in central Iowa for more than 50 years. Are you sure those other stores know what they're doing? Do you think they even care? If you need tires, come to Flat Tire Centers. That's flat with 2 T's because you too should ride on a flat.
Hey, this is Frank Mink, and if I had a first-round draft pick of realtors, I'd take Jen Stanbro.
Through my mortgage background and over 10 years of selling real estate in the Des Moines area, I have come to realize that my clients are my passion. Whether selling or buying your first or your 10th home, let me help you take the stress out of the process. I would love the opportunity to talk with you or someone you know that is looking to buy or sell a home. You can reach out to me by email at jen@jenstanbrorealestate.com. And Frank, that's spelled STANBROUGH. jen@jenstanbrorealestate.com.
From Iowa, yeah.
It's that small place with a big heart. It's the heartland, so we pump hard. Get a fist up, we're gonna rage on till our day gone.
Tell 'em I'm from.
All right. Well, before we get started, I gotta tell you, I had a relapse on fuzzy taco. Like
I never stopped.
It didn't really.
I've been
I was
hardcore.
lying the whole time, lying to everybody.
You're lying to yourself. Come on.
I'm not.
Denial's not just a river in Egypt.
I'm not spending every dime at Fuzzy Taco. But look, Fuzzy Taco is the spot. Now with the downtown store, the breakfast burrito, that's where I'm going all the time.
Yeah.
And it's just phenomenal. Fresh cut vegetables. I mean, I sat there, they were cutting up the peppers one day, and I'm like, I thought they were cutting them up for lunch. And I'm like, no, that goes right in
That's
now.
on yours, bud.
Yeah. It's phenomenal. So
they always have hockey playing there, too. Always on the TVs.
Fuzzy Taco is, and they're doing great. A new franchise here that's doing great. 2 new stores.
Yep.
So we got one at 300 Martin Luther King Drive. That's Martin Luther Drive Parkway. So that's the one that's down the side of downtown. So it's across from the Science Center and all that, right?
Yep.
So anyway, that's their location here in Des Moines. That's a great one. That's such a good location now
for you.
For me,
yeah,
not for my wife or my bank account.
No, or your
waist.
waist.
That's all right. It's not even that expensive. I just hoard everything. Horrible person. And then the other one is out there in Ankeny. That's the first one. That's their flagship, and that's the place you go. Every time I go there, there's hockey people there.
Yep.
Every time.
And I hear guys talking about it at the rink, and not unsolicited.
We got a couple of emails about that. People saying they took us up on our. My big deal is that I say, if you don't find another taco place that's better than this, come back to me and I'll pay you back your money in 10 years.
That's right.
So 2732 East Delaware Avenue, and that is in Ankeny.
And we won't say the name of the car dealership that's across the street until they pay up.
Heck with them.
Yep.
But anyway, Fuzzy Taco, great hockey family. Go visit them. Great people.
Yep. Hey, it's supposed for dinner. At least at Frank's place. All right, second period of the other state of hockey, 1350 ESPN Des Moines. Derek Hinder, Frank Mink, only full-time media outlet devoted to hockey.
Right.
We are at our guest segment.
Yes, big guest. Big guest.
Yeah, we called in some favor here. So we have a very special guest. We have president of the Iowa Wild, Mr. Todd Frederickson.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me on.
We're just excited not to have a guest that we have to get on the cell phone with the headsets on.
I know, it's the worst.
But a good hockey guy. He's been here since the start. I think you were one of the official first hires here.
I was the first hire.
I think it was April 23rd,
person in the market,
something like that.
Yeah, my first day in the market was May 9th. And we got like 6 inches of snow that day a few years back. So I thought it was going to be a good hockey market just from there, snowing in May.
And then we had lunch. I mean, you had lunch like your first day.
We did.
Down.
Yeah, we did right after that.
And then it went downhill from there.
Sorry.
Just with Frank. I'm sorry.
Boy, that seems like a long time ago.
Yeah. It does seem like a long time ago.
So Todd is the first and only president in the history of this franchise.
Okay.
And
this version. Yeah.
This version of the reboot, I guess is the appropriate term, J.J. Abrams would say. Just a little bit of background. Todd's been with the American Hockey League as a business leader, VP of business development, I believe it was, or something like that.
Team Business Services.
Team Business Services. Before that, he's got a way out there in left field. He was with the Arena Football League, I believe.
Very small time, just a cup of coffee, with the Georgia Force, who was owned by the Atlanta Falcons at the time. So I was there about 5 months.
Really?
Yeah, and it was enough time to make me realize that I wanted to get back into hockey.
Did you know was that when the big league was around and it was going down? Or was you part of that area?
That was part of my decision to jump back into hockey. I had an opportunity to go up to New York and meet with the Arena Football League offices. And from that meeting right there, I wasn't too sure that it was a business model that was going to be successful.
Sustainable.
Yeah. Sustainable. And and it also happened to be at a time with the Atlanta Falcons. The week I started there, Michael Vick got indicted on dogfighting charges.
Wow.
So the whole business model within the Atlanta Falcons organization was changing as well too.
Quickly.
Yeah, quickly. And so it was an opportunity for me to take a look back, get back into the sport that I love, which is hockey.
Yeah. So, and I believe 5 years with the Wolves, the Chicago Wolves.
I was with the Wolves for 11 years.
11 years.
11 years.
All right.
Yeah.
So there you go. You do want to do the math and go back and forth as far as that. Todd is a young pup, at least by my scale, at I believe a whopping 42 years. Wow, tipping you off there. The Grecian formula hardly shows.
Yeah, 40, and I'm going to be
40.
I'm going to be 41 in.
Oh, that damn internet!
Or actually, I'm going to be 42. Actually, I don't even know my own age. I'm going to be 42 in March.
Wow.
So
well, there you go.
Pretty close.
We'll make sure we get you at a shout out on your birthday.
Yeah.
I'm the youngest in this table.
You're the youngest. You're the pup. You're the rook. So there you go. So we figured by rough math, that means Todd got his first taste of professional hockey when he was about 12 or so.
Yes. Selling tickets outside.
So Michigan boy. So Midwest is homing off, I guess. But
it is.
Want to just kind of go loosey goosey with this segment. What do you think the biggest challenge is to bringing hockey back to a market that has had its share of struggles?
Well, when I was with the American Hockey League, I had the opportunity to come and visit the Iowa Chops organization. And, I'd seen a little bit of what the Iowa Stars, had done here in Des Moines as well, too. And when you look at the proximity of Des Moines to Minnesota and to Illinois and to Wisconsin, there's a lot of hockey around it. It's a cold market. The Dakotas, the Dakotas have a lot of hockey. I mean, Kansas City even had a pocket of hockey. I mean, I come back from Chicago Wolves back in the old IHL days when the Kansas City Blades were down there, and that was a hockey hotbed as well too. So you got this Iowa, and it's just sandwiched in the middle of all those hockey states, and there's a ton of junior hockey in Iowa too. So we always thought that it had the potential to be a great market. And, when I was with the league, the first thing we had noticed is that they weren't operating the business very well here with the Iowa Stars and the Iowa Chops.
I can agree.
No argument. Yeah, Frank was an employee of both those franchises. So,
and it takes a good bit amount of resources to operate an AHL hockey team the right way. So we knew that this market always had the potential for it. Even back in the mid 2000s, the growth and development in Des Moines in Iowa in itself was tremendous. And I think we saw through the recession after 2008. This part of the country, especially Iowa and central states, was really insulated from some of those recessions that we were seeing out on the East Coast and some other parts of the country. So it just seemed like financially it would make a lot of sense to have an AHL franchise here. We've always liked this market. We've always thought it's got a ton of potential.
Great rink.
And it's got a beautiful facility. I mean, Wells Fargo Arena is top 5 in the American Hockey League easily.
I don't doubt it.
And that's including some NHL buildings in there as well too. So, beautiful facility, great market. It's in a cold climate, and there's not much else to do in the winter.
Yeah.
And frankly, we just didn't think, the previous franchises had operated the way an AHL team should operate. So that really was, part of my interest, in taking a look at relocating this franchise. And then probably the thing that was the best was that it was the Minnesota Wild that were the ones that were doing it. Backyard team, 3.5 hours up the road. There would be a ton of cost savings on the hockey operations side with travel and call-ups. But again, you've got over 3 million people here in Iowa without an NHL team in the state. So we really thought it was an opportunity to maybe, convince some Iowans to be eventually Minnesota Wild fans through the Iowa Wild name. So we just thought it was a great opportunity, and in 2.5 years down the road, and we still think it's a great place for hockey, and we couldn't be more than happy to be here.
It's still a top 10 draw in the league.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at some of the challenges we faced, and we can get into them, but certainly our play on the ice has probably been the biggest one.
Yeah.
Of course.
So we do plenty of things that entertain fans and keep people interested in coming out to Iowa Wild games that have nothing to do with hockey.
Yep.
But certainly at the end of the day, like you want to have a great on ice product as well, and that's what's going to keep people coming back. And I mean, you hear it. Team goes on a run and wins a bunch of games, and the whole city gets behind it and excited.
I know the Bucks have seen that historically.
Yeah.
But they don't have the luxury of that fan experience and all the other.
No, there's an experience down there.
There's an experience, all right. But So what do you think the hardest lessons learned so far have been?
Well, I think a few things. One, we probably, and it's not even a bad thing though. But the power of the collegiate sports here in Iowa is tremendous. I mean, when Iowa's playing football or in Iowa State's playing basketball, I mean, you feel it, in attendance, and so I thought we probably would see more coverage from a media standpoint in town, and I think it was an adjustment for us to realize the importance of those.
Yeah, the culture and.
The culture here. I mean, the first time I went through an Iowa State football game, every store I went into, every cashier was asking me who I was rooting for, and I couldn't even tell you who was playing. Right. And I learned my lesson quickly.
I remember being at a grocery store and they had it piped in over the loudspeakers. I mean, it's a big deal.
It is.
All right, so when they're not playing, fair enough. We just need to make sure we book our schedule around them.
Yeah, and the same thing's true with high school football as well too.
Yep.
So
Friday nights sometimes you think you have a great crowd, and then you hear the Valley's playing against whoever, and it's like
first half of the season is a bit of a tough sell sometimes.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough sell, and I'd say probably one of the other great challenges is the Wells Fargo Arena is a beautiful facility, no question. But it's a popular facility.
Yeah.
They got a lot of stuff going on down there, and that's a testament to Chris Connolly and the crew down at Wells Fargo Arena. They do a great job, and they're great partners, but there's a lot going on. Yeah. So, we find ourselves with the worst home schedule in the American Hockey League when it comes to playing Monday through Thursday games, which frankly aren't great hockey nights.
Right.
Now we've got a Tuesday nighter coming up soon.
Yeah, January 26th, and I mean it's always a challenge for us to put fans in the building on Tuesday nights. So
and actually you hit right on it. We got into this because of the fact that that we know that this is a hockey market. People, for the sportscasters, not even to announce what the score was or to show that same canned footage of, a couple empty seats or whatever.
Right.
They're just ignoring it, choosing to ignore it.
They would just do this, just the score at the bottom.
Right.
At the news.
Or just highlight, they lost again. Yeah. That's about it. But, I mean, I challenge them to go to Wells Fargo Arena on a Saturday night when there's 6,000 plus people there and go around individually and tell them all this is not a hockey market.
Yeah. And I mean, I see it from when you go to our squirt games and pee-wee games, and where all the parents are there, and you see the aunts and uncles who are all coming to watch their niece or nephew play the game. And I'm thinking these are all potential clients to come out there, because now they're starting to watch the kids play hockey. Now you want to go see what it really looks like, and they now have that chance.
Yeah, yeah. So, if you had something to say to all those naysayers out there who said, the Wild aren't going to stay around, the Wild are done, they can't survive here, what do you got to say to them?
Well, we heard plenty of that when we first when we were.
I'm sure you still do.
Our media tour that first summer. We were just it was everybody we went and met with. We met with a corporate client that first summer, who said to me, he said, "Do you have kids? Do you have a family?" And I said, "Yeah, I've got 2 kids and a wife." And he said, well, I'm sorry you moved him here. Like, I wouldn't have done that to my family, because you guys are essentially going to be out of a job here in a few years. And that right there was a motivating thing for me. Yeah. That I'll prove you wrong. And so we had to tackle the corporate community, I think, who had been burned a little bit.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They were a little distrustful of who we were and what we were going to be as an organization. And then then there was the fan base that was burned a little bit as well too. And then the county. And so the first thing we did is we went to the county and we said, look, we're coming in with a different business model. We're going to have 25 plus full-time staff. We're going to put resources behind trying to sell tickets and sponsorship. So don't worry about our business model. We'll generate the revenue to bring people in. We had competitive ticket pricing from the start. We had a great benefits package that we offered to our season ticket holders. So our first commitment was to them. To say, hey, look, you know what, this is going to be great. You're going to have a lot of fun no matter how we play on the ice. And we knew that after, with big crowds that first year, the corporate community would see that what we were doing. They would see our commitment to the community. We did a ton of community appearances, and we still do a ton of community appearances. Crashes everywhere. We put a lot of time and effort into our mascot, because he's the player that's going to be with us for 20 years.
Right.
Yep. He's a lifetime contract.
You can't market really a guy in the AHL. It's hard to market a guy, a player, because you might be gone next year.
Exactly.
So
Mike Riley, a great case in point, a talented young kid. Who knows? We might not see him again.
Eric Holla comes through here.
Yeah.
Darcy Kemper. The list goes on and on. The list goes on and on. But
and so with that corporate, that year 2 comes along, that corporate community now is like, okay, we get it. You guys are different.
Yeah.
You guys are different. You know what you're doing. You're going to be here a long time. So the naysayers, in what we'll have to continue to address in the future is going to be, well, you're year 3 of a 5-year lease here at Wells Fargo Arena. When's the extension coming?
Yep.
Yeah.
In how long are you done in 5 years? And so that's really what we're going to be addressing over the next few years.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you start by doing it right now. You're saying you're going to be here another 15. No.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely want to be here for a long time. There's no reason why the Iowa Wild organization is looking to any other market.
Yeah.
We have no intention of leaving.
Awesome. I think the single biggest thing that separated this franchise from the previous 2 was the fact that this was owned by the NHL. This is a product of the NHL.
Right.
These are all people that are hockey people that are working here. They're all working for Minnesota. They're all hockey people. They know hockey. They breathe hockey. It's not a bunch of just a collection of people that they put together.
People like me. No, I'm just kidding. I mean,
you were the anomaly. You were the actual hockey guy.
You have Minnesota Wild executives coming down for almost every single game, and they're hopping in their car at 2 p.m. In the afternoon up in St. Paul, and they're here for a 7 o'clock game.
Yeah,
you just can't do that anywhere else.
Yep.
So when we do get our contract extended, can we all finally, just as a group, agree that we're done with this whole hockey's not going to work this version?
Yeah.
And then we can just put that to bed.
Can't compare.
And then we just are done with it.
I love it.
Yep. So speaking of the team, actually, I know we're going to stretch the segment out a little bit, Maddie. We're on a roll here, kiddo.
Can we stretch it? Oh,
yeah, a girl. All right. So looking at the team, the product on the ice, we did mention it earlier, actually turning it around a little bit.
Yeah.
We were talking off air that, since Christmas, we've been respectable. And you look at, except for those first 2 games in February, pretty much every game up until last weekend was decided by 1 goal. We're in every game.
16 games, 1-goal games, I believe.
Yeah,
this year. I mean,
you eventually got to win a couple.
Yeah, you're doing something right when you're you're not getting blown out 6-1. So you could almost just sense that we were going to eventually turn that tide. I can't say enough about what Coach Torchet has done with the team. I mean, he's got a brand of discipline and accountability that he's got with these young kids, and he's holding people accountable. I mean, Brady Brassert's a great example of that.
Yeah.
Here's a kid that's a big prospect in the Minnesota Wild organization, and he is in Quad City now, and that's. It's along those lines of, hey, play the system, play it right, and if not, there's going to be consequences, and that really is. I think that shows that Hockey Ops is committed to winning and to putting their best players on the ice and making sure players are being accountable for their actions.
He doesn't mix his words either. You may not understand everyone.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand he's been on the show, very thick New England accent, but losing your khakis is not losing your beige pants.
And what I love that he was a roller coach too. Do you know that? He coached the Nationals. Roller.
Yeah. So, no, we're coming up on our time here. We're borrowing time for the next segment here. So if you had one wish, what could you change about the American Hockey League that would be best impact for this city? Or even just for the game, to be clear.
Well, I mean...
Rule? I'm sorry, I want to clarify this for the listener. Rule or...
No, one thing.
One thing. That's pretty general.
Don't say 10,000 fans every game.
Yeah, I was going to say, we probably need to come to a consistent number of games being played between our West Coast teams and the rest of the teams in the American Hockey League. You've got your West Coast division playing 66 games or 68 games. I don't even know how many they play. They play less
games, I believe it is.
Yeah, and so we play 76. So that's got to change in this league. Is they'll address it, and I think what you'll eventually see happen in the American League, and this discussion's been ongoing for a few years since I've been in the league office, is you'll probably see us come down to 72. And you'll probably see them go up to 72.
Yeah, that's good.
And we'll meet in the middle. And what it'll continue to do, allow us to do as an AHL franchise, is eliminate some more of those midweek games.
Yeah.
So as long as we're not losing a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, and we're losing the Tuesday, January 26th, and then we go from playing 38 home games to 36. I think it's better for
travel. It makes practicing a whole lot easier. But it's meant to be a developmental league, and the fact that those Tuesday night, it doesn't matter where you are, anywhere in the league, you're not selling well on Tuesday night. So we're here to put a product on the ice, but it's not giving them the optimum circumstance to do it. NHL
is 82 games. Season,
yes.
So 72. It's just for people that are listening. I think they play 82 games.
Yep.
So
AAA baseball is the same thing. They play a shorter season.
Yeah. So the American Hockey League, 10 less games, it's not that big a deal. But I mean, everyone should have the equal amount of games being played.
Yes, 100%. So real quick, couple of big events coming up. We got the Cam concert Sunday,
Saturday.
Yep. This weekend.
Yeah, so Grammy-nominated artist Cam, I think her debut album was #2 in the country charts in 2015.
Wow.
So unbelievable talent on Jimmy Fallon's show earlier this week. And, you'll have to come out into the game and see.
No, I'll be there. We'll be there.
Right after the game?
It's right after the game. So we expect her to be playing about 25 to 30 minutes following our game.
Nice.
Cool. And it's her first big time concert, and we've got over 10,000 tickets out for the game already. Nice. So it's going to be awesome.
Place to be rocking. We'll see two teams that we normally won't get a look at. Those aforementioned, we have Stockton and San Jose. Barracuda's coming in. Barracuda's Saturday night, Stockton Sunday, I believe. So, and we're going to get ready to wrap up here. We want to thank our buddy Todd for coming on.
Absolutely.
President of the Iowa Wild, friends of the show. Would love to have you back. And
come on anytime.
Yeah, anytime. Anytime you guys want us to come in. We appreciate you guys talking hockey in Des Moines. So.
Yeah, we're doing our part. You guys are doing your part.
You guys are doing a great job.
We're trying to keep
this is a hockey market. The Other State Hockey, 1350 ESPN Des Moines.
Go where the action is. Your Des Moines Buccaneers, the continuous home of hockey in the Metro for over 36 years, are back. Come catch the hard-hitting action as the next NHL stars take the ice at Buccaneer Arena. For a complete schedule of dates and promotions, visit buckshockey.com. Come for the entertainment, stay for the game.
Hi, Joe Smith here from Leaf Guard Exteriors. We suggest you stay off your ladder and let us take care of your gutters. We'd love to come out and show you why Leaf Guard's patented seamless one-piece design is the best on the market. The only one with the good housekeeping seal, and Leaf Guard is guaranteed never to clog or will clean your gutters for free. Call us today and get 50% off installation labor on a new Leaf Guard brand gutter system. 599-1675. That's 599-1675.
Hey kids, why do you like going to the Iowa Wild games?
Crash, the t-shirt Todd. I like Chuck-a-Pop. Crash always gives me a high five. It's fun catching t-shirts from the cannon, the goal horn when we score.
There's something for everyone with Iowa Wild Hockey at Wells Fargo Arena. Check out iowawild.com for the full season schedule, including a full list of giveaway nights and promotions for the family. Iowa Wild. Hockey lives here.
I'm sitting here with Jeremy from Atomic Cloud Vaporium. I tried to quit smoking so many times. Patches, pills, nothing worked. Until I went to the Stop Smoking Center. And man, it has changed everything.
Here at Atomic Cloud Vaporium, we offer a solution using vaping as a replacement therapy. We have over 150 premium juice flavors and offer a wide variety of hardware. If you're serious about quitting smoking, come visit us at 3823 Douglas Avenue in Des Moines or at 328 Grand Avenue in West Des Moines. Atomic Cloud Vaporium.
This is Jordan from Flat Tire Center. There sure are a lot of places to buy tires. You can go to a warehouse club or the Mega We Sell Everything Superstore, or you can go to one of those anonymous websites. The same guy who sold you soap yesterday magically becomes a tire professional today, or the online tire advisors at a call center in who knows what country. We've been living, working, and driving in central Iowa for more than 50 years. Are you sure those other stores know what they're doing? Do you think they even care? If you need tires, come to Flat Tire Centers. That's flat with 2 T's because you too should ride on a flat.
Hey, this is Frank Mink, and if I had a first-round draft pick of realtors, I'd take Jen Stanbro.
Through my mortgage background and over 10 years of selling real estate in the Des Moines area, I have come to realize that my clients are my passion. Whether selling or buying your first or your 10th home, let me help you take the stress out of the process. I would love the opportunity to talk with you or someone you know that is looking to buy or sell a home. You can reach out to me by email at jen@jenstanbrorealestate.com. And Frank, that's spelled STANBROUGH. jen@jenstanbrorealestate.com.
From Iowa, yeah. It's that small place with a big heart.
We are back, 1350 ESPN Des Moines, the other state of hockey. That's where you stumble upon on the radio dial, unless you're a longtime listener. We appreciate you if you are.
Yes.
If you're a first-timer, stick around every Thursday,
Come on,
5
rookie.
to 6. Come on back.
Come on, rookie.
This segment brought to you by our friends at Felix and Oscars, the original sports bar. We can't call them that. I know Mr. Mark's not real fond of that term, but, you know, it's It's a pub setting.
Yes.
Great food. It's more than going to some other places that just are named after parts of chicken.
Yes.
I won't say what their name are. In a place in New York. But you can call ahead. Have your order in the oven waiting for you. Best place for pizza, remember?
It's local.
It's local.
Totally local.
Right.
Owner, everything.
These guys are local. They've been in the same location right there next to the mall here, almost in our shadow. They've been there for 25 plus years, I think, something like that. It's ridiculous. I mean, these and
a consistent business being somewhere.
That's what keeps them open.
Yep.
They value the fact that groups can go in there without worrying about paying a per head charge.
Yep.
They got great party rooms. They want to see you coming. They want that gratuity based off the service, not
great
automatic.
staff. Exactly. Great staff.
Great food. Great food. It's not one of those places you got one or two things is okay. Everything. I've not found anything there I don't like, to be quite honest. Sunday buffet is rocking. FelixandOscars.com. You can find them on Facebook. They're our friends. Go check them out if you haven't been there. You haven't been there in a couple of years, go find out what's going on.
Yeah.
All right, we are back. Thanks to our buddy Todd Frederickson, the president of the Iowa Wild, for being on that last segment. Great segment. Would love to stretch it out. And Toddy, don't worry, we'll have you back. And so real quick, we talked a little bit about the on-ice success that the Wild are finally starting to see. We talked about 12 games, 1-goal games. It's different in that situation.
15 games, 1-goal games.
15. If you were in a slump of 15 games that you had not won and you're blown out, that's one thing.
Yes.
But when you're right there.
Or there are a lot of
that's
losing in the third period was the one that was killing me.
That's got to be the thing, knowing that you're right there and you just can't finish it or find what the missing piece. That's probably got to be the biggest single frustration for these guys. Anyways, 2-1 so far in the brand new year. We've got we beat Manitoba on New Year's Day. Milwaukee came in, went to Milwaukee, beat them 4-1. Actually, more than a 1-goal lead. Look at that.
Yeah.
Lost to Rockford last Sunday, but in that game as well. We got Chicago. They're in Chicago Friday, so 3-3. Chicago Friday night. We're home on Saturday for the Cam concert. San Jose Barracuda will be in town. The Stockton Heat will be here on Sunday. And looking at guys that are really stepping up. Zach Mitchell. I'm seeing his name consistently on the score sheet. Kid's got a good shot. Is finding the net. Downing is still going. Birchie's still going. Schrader's still going. Hagel, our boy, is providing the energy, the spark plug type player. You look at even Gabriel, guy that has had ups and downs with his career to this point.
He's been up to Minnesota.
He's made a couple of trips up. Goaltending has been consistent through the whole thing. So you got to wonder what's happening. Zach Dalpe, if he comes back, you never know what might happen. So
not mathematically eliminated.
No, not by any means. But this is about credibility right now.
Yeah.
So we're playing for pride. Still a couple of guys that the experiment I think is over on. I'm not a fan of Knight's contribution at this point. He was traded, I know, for Phillips last year. Brett Bulmer, I think, is having a little bit of trouble finding his happy place, if this is where the level that he can play at, or if he can play any better or higher. We've talked about our friend, Mr. Fedotenko, who probably needs to pick up his golf clubs.
Yeah.
Nice guy, great guy, don't get me wrong.
No.
This is not personal, but anyways, Wild picking it up since Christmas. 500 right now, so credibility is building. Bucks. Speaking of Bucks, actually,
yes. Go ahead.
I have a present for Frank. And we have only 3 minutes here, and this is a quick present.
Quick present.
And part of this is because of the fact that those of you who watch the podcast, he's been wearing his kids' clothes to the... so I brought a limited edition present for him. Take a look. This is a circa 2005-06
Where'd you get this?
authentic game-worn jersey from the last time we won the Cup.
No way.
Yeah, authentic game-worn jersey.
You went to the...
I have connections.
You know people.
I know people.
You see this, Maddie?
Check that out. It's a little big, so you can wear it over your goalie gear if you want to. But
I will.
There you go. You can put Ant in with you. I don't care. It's up to you. So speaking of our Bucks, while you're wallowing that.
Thank you.
No problem, brother. So last week when we had the collective on here last week, 4 players.
Yes.
We were talking about winning 5 of their last 6. They tore off 2 wins last week. 2 minutes. I know, Matty. Beat Team USA U17s on Friday night to get back to 500.
Who had beat the Bucks previously?
Yes.
The Bucks got...
No, the U18s. This is the first time we saw the 17s.
Okay.
The last year's Cup champions, the Sioux Falls Stampede, came in, beat them 6-4.
Yes.
And our one of our guests last week, Zach Jordan, had I believe, game-winning goal in both games.
It's because he was on the show.
Yeah. Magoo is filling up apples. He's got about a bushel and a half right now of assists, I believe. Boys are playing well. What can I say? So, they're coming out flying and peppering the living hell. These guys from Sioux Falls didn't know what hit them.
Yeah.
They did not let up off these guys. They had a 2-0 lead. Special teams came into it a little bit, but they did not quit. There is no quitting these guys.
No.
Got to get Davey on, find out what the secret sauce is here.
All right.
But
we'll be on
let's
that.
get on that. Let's get on that. So right now, owners of the longest consecutive home win streak in the USHL at 5 games.
Yeah.
And like I said, that's the longest right now. Jan Ruzicka, our leading goaltender, was selected for the prospect game.
Right.
It was played Tuesday night over in Omaha. That team lost it, but still, it's an all-star game type situation. A Des Moines local, Christian Evers, was playing for Team East. So a local kid. We know his dad from playing as well as officiating. He works in the American League. So this week, we're hosting Tri-City Storm.
Yes.
Hope we take it to them like we have most of the year. Then we're off till next Friday, so a bit of a break. That's good. Then we have Omaha at home. And then Saturday night, they go to Muskegon to play the Lumberjacks. Great name for a hockey team, Muskegon Lumberjacks.
Yes.
So.
And Tri-City, just before we get off here, Tri-City is in second place in our division.
Yep.
And we're not spread out that far apart in points.
But who do we love playing? The number 1 team.
Yes,
Lincoln. We own them. We own them. Bring them on.
Tri-City's got 35 points, and Des Moines got 32.
Yep. So 7 of our last 8 wins.
It's a 4-point game right there for us.
Exactly. Coming on the right time. We're getting ready to wrap up here. Coming back with the overtime segment of the Other State of Hockey.
Yes. Des Moines local.
Go where the action is. Your Des Moines Buccaneers, the continuous home of hockey in the Metro for over 36 years, are back. Come catch the hard-hitting action as the next NHL stars take the ice at Buccaneer Arena. For a complete schedule of dates and promotions, visit buckshockey.com. Come for the entertainment, stay for the game.
Hi, Joe Smith here from Leaf Guard Exteriors. We suggest you stay off your ladder and let us take care of your gutters. We'd love to come out and show you why Leaf Guard's patented seamless one-piece design is the best on the market. The only one with the good housekeeping seal, and Leaf Guard is guaranteed never to clog or will clean your gutters for free. Call us today and get 50% off installation labor on a new Leaf Guard brand gutter system. 599-1675. That's 599-1675.
Hey kids, why do you like going to the Iowa Wild games?
Crash, the t-shirt Todd. I like Chuckapop. Crash always gives me a high five. It's fun catching t-shirts from the cannon, the goal horn when we score.
There's something for everyone with Iowa Wild Hockey at Wells Fargo Arena. Check out iowawild.com for the full season schedule, including a full list of giveaway nights and promotions for the family. Iowa Wild. Hockey lives here.
I'm sitting here with Jeremy from Atomic Cloud Vaporium. I tried to quit smoking so many times. Patches, pills, nothing worked. Until I went to the Stop Smoking Center. And man, it has changed everything.
Here at Atomic Cloud Vaporium, we offer a solution using vaping as a replacement therapy. We have over 150 premium juice flavors and offer a wide variety of hardware. If you're serious about quitting smoking, come visit us at 3823 Douglas Avenue in Des Moines or at 328 Grand Avenue in West Des Moines. Atomic Cloud Vaporium.
This is Jordan from Flat Tire Center. There sure are a lot of places to buy tires. You can go to a warehouse club or the mega We Sell Everything superstore, or you can go to one of those anonymous websites. The same guy who sold you soap yesterday magically becomes a tire professional today, or the online tire advisors at a call center in who knows what country. We've been living, working, and driving in central Iowa for more than 50 years. Are you sure those other stores know what they're doing? Do you think they even care? If you need tires, come to Flat Tire Centers. That's flat with 2 T's because you too should ride on a flat.
Hey, this is Frank Mink, and if I had a first-round draft pick of realtors, I'd take Jen Stanbro.
Through my mortgage background and over 10 years of selling real estate in the Des Moines area, I have come to realize that my clients are my passion. Whether selling or buying your first or your 10th home, let me help you take the stress out of the process. I would love the opportunity to talk with you or someone you know that is looking to buy or sell a home. You can reach out to me by email at jen@jenstanbrorealestate.com. And Frank, that's spelled STANBROUGH. jen@jenstanbrorealestate.com.
From Iowa, yeah. It's that small place with a big heart. It's the heartland, so we pump hard, get a fist up. We're gonna rage on till our day gone.
Tell 'em I'm from A city on a map that you couldn't point out, but I rep that place.
Look at this. Look at that jersey. Wearing it. Flyers hat. Oh, I forgot my Flyers hat.
That's all right.
That's all right. Yeah. Winner winners. Chicken dinners.
All right.
So, hey, you know what? If you want to be a winner in life and you want to keep that house foundation going good, you get Leaf Guard.
Yeah, unless you want to be up on a ladder cleaning them out yourself.
And Leaf Guard is, I mean, you want to protect your home, like you want to protect your net, and Leaf Guard is that company. I mean, it stops. There's so many problems that come from when you get clogged gutter. So, hey, give our guys at Leaf Guard, great hockey guys, fourth line clothing. I mean, but Leaf Guard is, you want that in this area.
Yep.
So.
Absolutely. I'm not a fan of a ladder or gravity for that matter. So get back into, we are going to settle overtime with a quick goal here, looks like, because we're coming up on time.
Yes.
A couple things we really want to talk about. And once again, not hockey market. Book is full here. We're not through half of it. What can I say? Stuff going on as far as the trade deadline coming up on the 29th.
Love it.
And I know Frank's favorite day of the year.
Love it.
Right up there with Christmas, I'm sure.
It is.
Big rumors are the big two, at least coming out right now, are around Tampa Bay. This kid, Jonathan Duran, we talked about him earlier. He was number 3 overall pick in 2013. And, blue chip stock supposedly got injured, had trouble making rosters out of camp and things like that. Needs conditioning, was having a hard time making a cut. So Steve Yzerman did what every good general manager would do, send you down for some conditioning down to the AHL.
That's what you do.
So his dear friend, his agent, Mr. Alan Walsh, who was Yaroslav Halak's agent, if you remember the stink he caused a couple of years ago when Price and him were fighting for the starting job.
Right.
He came out and said that his client is asking for a trade. Now, for a 24-year-old with a total of 70 goals in the 70 games in the NHL, he scored a whopping 4 goals, 28 assists. He's asking for a trade.
I'm sure their door is being banged down right now.
Yeah, absolutely. This guy seems to think that he's Lindros. Now, those of you who remember Lindros, he was drafted by the Nordiques, did not want to play there to a point that he dug in his heels and sacrificed a year of his contract or a year of his eligibility so he could sit out waiting for a trade, which went to Philadelphia Flyers.
And he was great. I mean, a lot of great memories, but no cups.
Yeah, exactly. The problem with this trade, well, it did have a cup. It did result in cups going the other way.
Yes, and that's exactly what we're going to talk about here is that trade right there set another team to the finals. I mean, it was
instant credibility.
Instant. And that was the Quebec Nordiques, then who moved the following year to Colorado. And in the trade for Lindros, let's just see how they built this team.
So this is a prospect. This is the thing, trying to get value for a prospect.
Right.
So at that point, he was an unproven prospect. Go ahead. Tell us what he got.
The Nordiques at the time received Peter Forsberg, Steve Duchesne, Kerry Hoffman, Mike Ricci, Ron Hextall, Chris Simon. And Chris Simon, it was a brawler, long-haired kid brawler, who back in them days, you still needed your brawler.
Yep.
You don't need him so much now because I don't think Chris had that much skill.
Well, he had a little bit to him, but not a lot. He was fourth line guy.
All right, so first round, and then they gave up first round draft picks, 1993, 1994, and $15 million in cash for one player.
Who was at that point an unproven prospect.
And he came and he made a lot. I mean, and look, people in Philly loved him. I mean, he was him and Leclerc. I mean, the whole Legion of Doom. Renberg, Leclerc. But no cup.
Nope.
And Scott Stevens had his number.
So that's the thing. Do you take the risk right now for an unproven prospect and sacrifice, mortgage the farm?
Right.
For a guy that we're yet to see any benefit from.
Right.
So, Yzerman, if I'm him, I'm standing put. Drouin's got to prove himself. He thinks he's blue chip. He's got to prove to me, as well as the NHL, that he's worth and he has the potential down the road.
And for people that don't, I mean, Yzerman is a great GM. I
love him.
Yeah, I think he's a phenomenal GM, so I think he's making the right decisions there. So this agent's going to have a fight on his hands.
I think it was a big mistake. Of course, the other big thing is what's going on with Tampa Bay is what happens to Steve Stamkos. Unrestricted free agent at the end of the year. Everybody's been talking about, he's going to Toronto, he's going here, he's going there. There's been a lot of, on Hockey Night in Canada, he was saying that, we've made an agreement not to talk about anything. Rumor I've heard, they've not even made an offer yet to this point.
I mean, his numbers aren't that great this year. He's still a great player.
A great player, and then there's question, is he being cared for correctly? He thinks he's a center, but yet they're insisting him to play the wing.
Right.
It's a big adjustment for a guy of his caliber, but, once again, what do you do with him? Yep. I personally think he's a great franchise player, but he's 28 years old, and he's still got problems with that leg that he broke a couple of years ago. So, what to do? Local stuff, real quick. We're going to hit this real fast. Mallards, second place in their division. North Iowa Bulls, only team in the NA3 not to have a regulation loss, 28-0-1. Chad Costello, Urbandale product, leading the East Coast League with 49 points in 35 games.
Yes. Assist master.
He's got 35 assists in 35 games. Right. 11-point lead over the next guy. Des Moines Youth Hockey Travel for ice. Pee-wee and Squirts. These guys won both their A and B team. Both won their tournaments they were in last weekend. The Pee-wee Select team kicked it. They swept theirs last weekend as well. 5 games.
Dominant.
So, not a hockey state. Who says? Des Moines, keep your stick on the ice. Back here next week. Derek and Frank, other state of hockey.
Tell them I'm from a city on the map that you couldn't point out, but I rep that place. And it's love-hate, but I grew up here, so it's home base. Where my blood at? Those memories, they all flood back. I remember cruising Cuddy Road with a blunt road.